If you have any money at all, you can rest assured there are people who will be trying to relieve you of some of it. Now, I'm not suggesting necessarily in an illegal way. We all know there are people who will steal. What I'm talking about today, though, is legal businesses that bombard us all with dubious images and definitions of what's best, what's normal, and what we need to do to live happier, more successful lives. One example I like to show is legalized fantasy sports betting. If you haven't seen these commercials for these fantasy sports companies, which fits almost every definition I know of gambling, well then you're lucky. On their commercials, which typically air during football or baseball games, they have one person after another talking about how for just a few dollars entry fee, they were able to win thousands of dollars playing. They're all extremely happy, they're full of energy, and the commercials urge you to get into the action along with them. The underlying message is that you can't lose. Now, maybe these commercials and the business practices of this industry shouldn't bother me as much as they do, but when I see the advertisements, it reminds me of the ads and business tactics of discount brokerage firms and online trading sites. The message their commercials constantly send is that it's so easy to invest, a baby can do it. You've all seen those, I'm sure. Another ad looks to get people to buy more by convincing them that if they're like the winner in the commercial, when they have an idea, they also need to act upon it right away. Yet another sends the message that all you really need is the right charting tools and you'll instantly take control over your finances. Much like the ad for one-week fantasy leagues, which may not specifically be asking the viewer to gamble, I feel these discount broker ads are suggesting the same thing. They craft the message that it's easy, it's fun, everyone's doing it, and everyone's making money doing it. It's almost like they've even taken scripts directly from the cigarette ads of yesteryear. You know, if you smoke, well, you'll be cool. Or in this case, if you day trade, you'll be cool. Let me mention another reason for us to all be upset. When a product portrayed as glamorous, yet it has the potential to do as much harm as smoking or online trading, the company and perhaps even the network is acting irresponsibly. But it's you as a citizen who gets stuck with the bill in one way or another. Think about it. Both the tobacco companies and those touting these ease of do-it-yourself investing have cost Americans billions. That's who's footing the bill for irresponsible misrepresentations of what you should expect. Why would large TV networks not instead have more wholesome advertisements? For the same reason, congressmen may be more likely to act on behalf of lobbyists than their constituents. There are lobbyists pursuing them and pushing them, incentivizing them to act on their behalf instead of yours. It's similar with TV and magazines. Paid advertisers are far more important than non-paying viewers. I'll even go as far as to say it affects the very content of the supposed news shows. I hope to dig deeper into this with Dan Gaynor later in the show. My registered investment advisory firm, Sound Income Strategies, is already held to a fiduciary standard. I believe that brokerage firms, which are a related business, should also be held to the same standard. This is why I get so fired up when I see commercials that are encouraging people to gamble with their future. They should all come with a warning, much like packs of cigarettes today, that say, don't try this at home. In fact, right now, President Obama is making a huge push to have all advisors, including brokers, become fiduciaries when investing clients' retirement accounts. I'm a managing member of a registered investment advisory firm, as I said a moment ago, so I'm already held to that fiduciary standard. In fact, I'd lose my license and effectively be out of business if I didn't put my clients first. Holding brokers and other advisors, and hopefully one day commentators also, to a fiduciary standard, I believe is a good thing. Because it's not so easy that a baby can do it. So it may be a rare moment when I agree with one of President Obama's initiatives, but I hope in this case that his push on this topic is successful. You heard that right. I agree with you, Mr. President. All advisors need to be held to the high fiduciary standards of putting their clients' interests above their own. Many types of financial advisors don't have to under current regulations, so make sure you're working with an advisor that does.